Hello, Painful Mess here. It's been a while since I did one of these. My last video got 8 views over the past 2 months, my last video on the Book of Mormon, and a few of those were probably my own views, so this tells me that it probably isn't worth doing this series. But on the other hand, it might be good for my own future reference to have notes and summaries of each of the books in the Book of Mormon. And it might even be funny for the best YouTube summary of the Book of Mormon to be given by an atheist. Anyway, we're on to the Book of Helaman. Oh, and we have so many books to go. It's not even funny. But most of them are shorter now, so I get these little breaks of being able to tell you what's happening more quickly. Just to remind you of what's going on since it's been so long, we just got done with Alma. And for the most part, we're just basically describing the wars between the Lamanites and the Nephites as we're sort of waiting for Christ to be born. So Alma was mostly about the travels of Alma during these wars. Helaman is Alma's son, but for the third time so far, the name refers to his son. Helaman actually refers to Helaman's son, Helaman, not Alma's son. And remember, this is the third time this has happened that a book has been named after the son of the person named that same name. Anyway, so we start off with a bit of action. Recall that Zarahemla is the main city in America right now, and it's ruled by judges. The chief judge is murdered right off the bat, and then Coriantumr heads the Lamanites to take over Zarahemla. He succeeds and he kills the new chief judge. Then Moroni kills Coriantumr and takes Zarahemla back from the Lamanites. So we have lots of killing right off the bat, and Zarahemla's changing hands rather quickly. Now Helaman becomes the new chief judge, which, I mean, personally, that sounds like a pretty dangerous position to me. This person named Gadianton was leading the rival group, but he's forced to flee. And this name is very important to remember later in the book. So lots of people are converted for a while. Helaman then dies, and then his son Nephi takes his place. And of course, this is not the Nephi that has appeared all over the book. His other son is Lehi, but then the Nephites are being fairly wicked, so the Lamanites take over Zarahemla again. Now, note the strangeness of our situation really quickly. Remember, all the way back from the very first book in the Book of Mormon, Lehi was the father of Nephi, and they traveled to America together to start this church that has started the whole thing. And now we have Nephi and Lehi are the sons of who are the sons of Helaman, I think? and now they're the main preachers in Zarahemla. So they sort of exploit this fact that their names are the same as the names of the founders. And then they're thrown in prison for preaching because the Lamanites are in charge, remember? But then the earth shakes and a voice commands people to repent. There's peace for a while, even though there's tension. There's not really any like killing or anything going on. But then Lucifer guides Gadianton, the Gadianton robbers, to take over the government as Zarahemla. So Gadianton has returned and he takes over Zarahemla. So this is how chapter 6 ends of this book. Then we're told that the prophecy of Nephi starts. The corrupt judges try to turn the people against Nephi. The chief judge is murdered. As usual, the chief judge keeps getting murdered. Then Nephi uses divine inspiration to figure out who killed the judge. Later, this person is confirmed, and so many people start to actually believe Nephi might really be a prophet, because he was able to just divine who killed this chief judge. So Nephi starts preaching, and he's granted the power of sealing. Then there's a big famine because Nephi wants the people to repent. So the people do start to repent, and Nephi prays, and the famine is called off. That then there's more preaching, but that's basically the end of the prophecy of Nephi. And now we are told that the prophecy of Samuel the Lamanite starts. He prophesies that the Nephites will be destroyed unless they repent. And, you know, at this point in time, we are only 6 years before Christ's birth. So we're really, really close to the big event. So Samuel predicts that a star will appear at Christ's birth. He makes some more prophecies about Christ, like his resurrection will occur after 3 days of being dead. And amazingly, it seems that the Lamanites are now in God's favor as the more devout group. Um, Now Samuel keeps preaching to the Nephites, and Samuel is actually protected and cannot be slain by arrows or stone. So remember way back, there's just a few, just a couple pictures at the beginning of the Book of Mormon, and these pictures depict very key events in the Book of Mormon at the start. So here's a picture of Samuel the Lamanite preaching, and arrows being flung at him, and he's impervious to them. This is that key of an event. So I don't know if you can see that. He's like standing on this wall. I guess the picture should be this way. I didn't actually look at it ahead of time. Right, he's up on top of that wall. He's preaching, and you probably can't see, but you know, people are flinging these arrows at him for preaching. So that's cool. We got another picture. There's only two left. And if you know anything about Mormonism, you probably can guess what those two pictures are. If you don't, you'll just have to wait and see what they are. As I said, I'm trying to keep this somewhat mysterious so that you'll keep watching, even though no one watches it anymore. Thus endeth the Book of Helaman. Uh, I don't know what's going to be next. I'll probably do another bias series next before coming back to this. It'll take me a while to read the next book, which is 3rd Nephi. So see you then.